so is it takeout or curry out? Well, depending on what part of Maryland you're from, it's curry out. But either way, tonight we are going to be making General Tso's chicken. And we're going to be a little extra, save some dishes, and put it in a pineapple. Because, of course, here on this channel, we are about the razzle-dazzle. So first things first, I have my rice here that I am rinsing. Okay, whether a rice rinser or not, I'm a rice rinser. But then there are people who have been eating rice longer than I have been alive, and they're like, don't rinse your rice. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I rinse my rice because all of this milkiness, I want to get out. This is basically starch, so I'm a rice rinser. You want to rinse it until your water runs clear. Now I have an Instant Pot, which has completely changed the trajectory of my life thus far. I will never ever cook rice on a stove top again, because you literally take the rice, the amount of water that is needed, you put it in this pot, you click a button, and it's done in like 12 minutes. Genius. The upgraded set it and forget it. Okay, so I have some chicken here, just 2 chicken breasts that I am going to slice and dice up, honey. We are going to be frying this chicken, so go ahead and get your pot ready. I've got chicken breast here. Use whatever protein that you want. You can leave the meat out. It's your world. This is your kitchen, sis. I'm cutting this in like fairly large size chunks, about 1.5 inches. As you know, food safety is important to me, so disinfect. Just in the rare chance that chicken juices and bacteria did fall on your board. Doubt it, because you know what you're doing, sis. Just in case, I like to disinfect in between. So chicken is cut up. Let's go ahead and have a little fun while this is getting preheated. It's almost there. So remember, this chicken is going to be sitting in a sauce that we're going to create. So you really don't have to do the most with it, but still season your food. So typically people wouldn't put like curry or turmeric in General Tso. They would keep it super simple, but I like introducing these flavors into dishes from the same region. So we're gonna do 1/3 cup of cornstarch, 1/3 cup of flour. We're gonna take the egg white, and then we're gonna just add just enough water to kind of create like a batter. I'm doing this all in one bowl because why take individual pieces of chicken, dip it in the flour, dip it in the egg, dip it in the... It's too much. It's too much. So take your time, get in there, massage it. You can use a spoon for this. I just find it easier to use my hand. So this is mixed really, really well. I think I'm gonna just... And my rice is ready. Look at that. I told y'all it's quick. Okay, so let that release. We're gonna go ahead and drop in our chicken. Be careful when you're dropping it so it doesn't splash up. Now you wanna go ahead and stir your chicken. If you got a few pieces that are clumping together, just slowly, gently release them. Not a big deal. Because of the way we mix the batter, it is natural that they're going to clump together, and that's completely fine. Child, this is a no-fuss meal. So I'm gonna have some broccoli with this, and instead of getting a whole other pot to mess up and things like that, because I'm still cooking chicken and doing all the things, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this up, and I'm gonna put it in my Instant Pot with the lid on, and the steam from the rice and all of that is gonna cook this while we wait. Okay, so start the show. Pineapple. You're gonna take your knife and legitimately slice it down the middle. This can be a little tricky, so make sure your knife is sharp. There we go. Perfectly cut on the inside. I like to slice on either side of the core, slice around on the outside. This is easier done with a little paring knife. Then you're gonna go ahead and cube it. Take a spoon and just spoon it out. Now, fun fact, I'm actually allergic to pineapples. I really should not be making this. I really shouldn't even be eating this. Now, I'm not deathly allergic. You don't have to worry about me and a EpiPen or anything like that. But I am allergic to pineapples. So you cut around the core, then you're gonna take your knife and go underneath it, and hopefully it'll pop right out for you. If you find an easier way to carve out a pineapple like such, let me know in the comments. Link me to a video. Look at that, pulls right on out. Now this part of the pineapple doesn't need to be perfect because you're gonna be putting rice and meat and all that in there. So don't worry about trying to make it all pretty and things like that. It's gonna be covered up anyway. So a good rule of thumb when you're cooking is to use all 5 senses. So for instance, this chicken, I can hear that the rate of frying and the bubbles around the chicken are slowing down, which indicates to me that maybe my chicken is almost done. As you can see, it's still bubbling around. It's not gonna stop because it is hot oil, but it is slowing down. But just to be on the safer side, take a large piece. If the inside is nice and white, we're done. Ooh, these pretty little things. Looking like little oysters. We're gonna let this sit for a second while we build our sauce. So we've got 3 cloves of garlic. I've got 1 red chili pepper that I'm gonna slide in here, seeds included. Seeds included. Typically, just as a reminder, the smaller the pepper, the hotter it is. So if you don't like heat, maybe try a larger pepper. I'm thinking of Bianca here. If you don't like heat at all, just take this piece out. Don't even try it, sis. We were in the car once, and she's like, hand me a wing. So I handed her one. She's like, why is this hot? And I'm like, because it's hot wings, sis. She'll never make that mistake again. We're gonna do a tablespoon of chili garlic sauce. I'm gonna do a tablespoon and a half of hoisin sauce. All right, go ahead and get our wok up and heated. 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, equal parts soy sauce, so 3 tablespoons of that. And we're gonna just mix it all together. Now I don't want this pineapple juice to go to waste. So about 3 tablespoons of pineapple juice. Our sauce as it is, we're gonna pour it in here. When you're trying your food while you're cooking, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, did I eat it all? That's probably gonna be me, because this chicken is bomb without sauce. We're also gonna be making a cornstarch slurry. It's 1 part cornstarch, 3 parts water. I'm gonna take a little of this flavor in here, so that way it kind of just infuse in here. And I'm gonna whisk this up. Now you may be saying, Davina, why don't you just add the cornstarch straight in there? If you do that, cornstarch, when you drop it in liquid, has a tendency to clump up. Mix it in water first and then introduce whatever liquid is in here into your little slurry. It'll just blend better. So pour that in just for a little thickness. Make sure you try it. That's bomb. I do, however, want to add just a little bit of molasses. The sweetness of the pineapple shows through, but it's not as complex as like the hoisin and things like that. So molasses out of the brown sugar will really like make it sing. If you could smell what is happening in this kitchen. I think we are done, y'all. I really do. I'm just gonna drop this in here. Make sure it gets nice and happy. Swirl this around. Now listen, I got a white shirt on. So flipping this is a little dangerous. I don't want to get dirty because I'm going to work after this. So I'm just gonna toss this. But if I had a black shirt on, we could have had a little rub-a-dub-dub in the tub. Obviously, don't throw this goodness away. Put this in a smoothie. Eat it plain, however you like to do it. Oh, and I'm proud because I think I was able to do this without getting my shirt dirty. It's a good day in America. Y'all, things that I did. That. Now, normally at this part of the game, I'm like, this is for the razzle-dazzle. The green onion is not for the razzle-dazzle. This is actually an important part of this dish. Slice that up. It's non-negotiable for me. All right, y'all, we're done. Let's stop playing games. Let's eat. Hold on. Okay. Get a pineapple. Throw some rice on there. Right? Throw some rice on there. Slide some of this chicken over here. Some of these green onions on here. Grab some sesame seeds. Now that's the razzle-dazzle. Every dish has a little razzle-dazzle. Oh wait, make a little egg roll while we were cooking. And y'all, here we go. Rice, meat. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. It's not part of this recipe. Y'all, if you don't make this and get your life, okay, this is better. This is better than some General Tso's I've ever had. Just in and out of pineapple. This says a whole lot about you. Wow. It's got a nice little kick to it. Not too much though. You would think like, oh my gosh.
Put all the chilies in there and
It's actually not that hot. What I like is that as I'm eating it out of the pineapple, some of the pineapple juices that were in the sauce also are literally in the pineapple. The chicken is kind of getting a little finishing hit of sweetness. I sat here and tasted this whole food without my chopsticks, which, funny story about these chopsticks, I was searching up and down, all around town for some chopsticks. Couldn't find them nowhere. I got to dinner with some good friends and they had chopsticks on the table. We eat, we're having a good time, I'm side-eyeing them. So the waiter is cleaning the table off. And I'm like, hey, by chance, do you happen to know where you guys got these chopsticks from? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Do you like them? And I was like, yeah, they're bomb. He's like, I mean, you can take one. So thank you to that restaurant. I done sat here about my whole life by eating this food. Listen, not much more else needs to be said. That's bomb. That's the razzle-dazzle, okay? You want razzle-dazzle, sis? That's the razzle-dazzle. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If you made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting for? Girl, you know you want to be a part of this. No, for real, send this to your mom and them. Show me receipts that you sent this recipe to your mom and them. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Happy cooking. Peace.